going back home should be, are you prepared? Don't go back home and become a burden.
People should not move to Nigeria to struggle. They should have a plan. What do you think?
Of course, they should have a plan. Because they had a plan when they came out of circumstance. Things didn't go well. But while they're here, they should be able to assess the situation, then decide with whichever plan they've got to say, I want to go back home.
When they were leaving back home, in order to come abroad, they had a plan in mind, or we think they should have a plan in mind. And then getting to abroad, they start to find out that, okay, they need to get documentation in place, which we spoke about in a couple of videos back. But over time, people get stuck in survival mode because obviously living in the UK system or American system, you have to find a job, get that documentation.
These are people that some of them never worked in their lives. They've been feeding on handout. Then maybe an uncle say, oh, I want to take you abroad. Like, let me invest in this person, because to them, coming abroad is investment to individual. So when they now come, they have to make it by all means to impress whoever brings them here. Some would have studied, maybe they studied engineering or doctor or nursing. Then they feel now they're here, they're no longer free. They want to establish. So under that premise, is that why you should go home to be a doctor, or you want to open your own clinic to go home? Or when your uncle bring you here, have you gotten enough money, or you satisfied enough with your knowledge to now go back home? Or you came from wherever you're coming from, because generally Africa is not good, it's rubbish. So Africa is smelly. Or there's no good road in Africa. Then when you come abroad, you see traffic lights walking. You can go to grocery shop, then it's all labeled. Rather than you going to your country and then bargaining. In Africa, the more you bargain, the more you get quality or whatever goods in your own favor.
Yeah.
Or you just came and then there's hot water. It comes through a boiler. It's not manufactured from the sun, the hot water.
Yeah.
So people have that different way of thinking that if you come abroad, it's straight success. So now, if you decide to go home, you have to think, it's up to you now, because over there, like I always say, it's a system that you have to work with too. Because you came here, you've achieved enough, or you didn't achieve, you underachieve or you overachieve. You came back home. Should be, are you prepared? Don't go back home and become a burden. Do not go back home and become a burden. Because you'll be shocked that some people that you left, that you thought you were modern, you become a burden to them when you go back home. So you must have a plan to say, why am I going back? If not, stay put.
Yeah. In the diaspora.
Stay put in the diaspora, because life and a success is relative. Society influences everything. Then your individual work will not be the polish. The luster to all the goodies is your hard work. Don't think you are there. The government here, the government will feed the poor.
Yes.
Yeah. The government will make sure there is shelter if you are qualified. In the same vein, the government will deal with you if you are a business person. If you are working, the government has a package for you. So if you are going home, you have to be prepared. Why am I going back home? Is it suitable for me to go back home? Am I being chased away from the land? Because people will say they're going back home, they won't tell you that they've exhausted all the legal avenue to be legal in this foreign land.
Yes.
Because, especially in the UK, the Home Office will tell you, you have to regularize yourself. They're not going to help you do it. Because you came in, you became illegal. Bearing in mind that over 90% of immigrants in this country nowadays, they came in through legal visa.
Yeah.
legal avenue. Maybe you overstayed or you didn't go and you were unable to facilitate it, or one way or the other you became an overstayer. If that's the reason why you're going home because you are tired, that's a different cup of tea. But are you going home while you are fully settled in a foreign land? Then you decide, oh, I've had enough, let me go home. Then you must have a game plan.
And that plan, what do you think it should include? Obviously, yeah, the obvious one is income. But in terms of drawing up a plan now, what do you think people should consider for relocating?
They should consider one, accommodation. Then sustainability. When you go home, what's going to sustain you? Are you going to do what you think is favorable to others that you've been seeing on YouTube, or are you going home that you've been setting up gradually? You've been going home, testing the waters over the years to see, can I fit in? Because you have to do all these things. You don't just carry your bag and then find a cargo company to come and pick all your load. Then you go. You just go the same way you came.
Yes.
You go without a plan. Because most people come here, they don't have a plan. But if you want to go back home, while you are here, is for you now to be thinking the society. This society teaches you almost everything. Teaches you everything. Can teach you economics, can teach you law. Teaches you your boundaries. Teaches you how to isolate yourself from the world. You can be alone as long as you have a jollof rice, you are okay. People are here, they play party and then they eat by themselves.
Yes.
But you can't do that in Africa. All these things you've learned over the years, are they coming to make you a productive person? Or out of the same frustration that you came from Africa, you're not frustrated and you want to go back? When you were coming, you said the government is not good there. Since we're not working, no good road. You can't even go to a school, better school, without paying school fees. Not that you are here. There are better schools too. There are private school here. There are private school in this country too. Education standard differs between locality, and the school too.
Yes. Abroad.
Abroad. So put all this into context. You now see that human being we live the same way. We are very competitive.
Yes.
And then one human trait is putting others down. Either systematically or soft pressure. But if you don't realize all these things, you start thinking it's the village people, or the way they say it in Africa, that the village people.
It's after them.
It's after them. How can they succeed? How other people succeed? You have to understand yourself.
Yes. So have a plan. In that plan, know yourself. Have accommodation sorted. Sustainability.
How are you going to sustain yourself? It takes time to reintegrate. It takes time. Because the way you come here, the system dealt with you for many years. That's the same way when you go back home. Consider your location. Where were you when you left? Were you in Lagos? Were you in Abuja? Or you were in Anambra State or Zamfara? Or you are in Mogadishu? When you are going, are you going back to Mogadishu? Or you are located somewhere else? Because when you leave your location that you came from, and then you try to go somewhere else in that same Africa, the same thing will face you. Adaptation is key.
Oh, yes. Shouldn't forget that.
Adaptation is key. Accept people the way they are.
I think we'll do a video of that adaptation. How does one adapt when you relocate back to Nigeria? I think we should definitely think of doing that.